Hello, I'm Exesis and welcome back to my Let's Play Italy in Hearts of Iron 4 using my Naval rebalance mod. And we're gonna do a small sit rep in a short while, but before we do that we've got some organizing to take care of again. This time it's just icons. I downloaded the MPU division icons without the echelons. That's why I have some more NATO symbols to choose from. Well, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 units using the same infantry icon, and I'm confusing them, and I'll show you during the sit rep. Let's see, these are without, yeah. So we're going to use the garrison icon when we've got the engineer company, and we'll use this one, the militia icon, for those without, and these are without, so that one gets the militia icon, and these are our proper infantry divisions, but they get to keep the proper infantry icon. And that also means they don't need to be super special. We do want to keep those and our armor divisions and motor divisions special though. And our cavalry is just simple cab. Probably need to deploy some of those before the war as well. I know we've got a few down with our tanks, but we need some for, we'll need some for suppression here in a bit. And yeah, we'll get back to this in a little bit here. So last episode we declared war, so we're at war. We haven't actually lost anything yet, and I do think we want to have call in Bulgaria, but we'll do that when Yugoslavia has been put a little bit to the side. Oh yeah, they're still fighting down in Iraq and Iran, and we kind of want them to conquer Iraq and preferably a little bit of Iran, because that means we can take some of their sweet oil for ourselves. And this would be really nice if we could get these 3 zones here without having to fight either of them. But we need to take the Suez, and that shouldn't be any problem. We've got our tank division standing here. We've got one of these. As soon as we crack this, we'll get a little bit better supply as well. And that shouldn't be very long, no. And down here, we're holding strong, but they've got loads and loads and loads of troops down here. And down here we're doing very poorly, and they've also got a lot of troops up here, and they seem to have brought artillery divisions down here. No, there's only support artillery. They're well entrenched, and we're probably not going to just push through them there, but it would be nice to clear this area out and just be able to hold them here, but we actually need to hold them here. And we've got one port down in Somaliland, and then we got Mogadishu. We can't lose Mogadishu. We're gonna find one of these divisions here.
Pronto all'azione.
And that's one of theirs. Yeah, this just 7,000 infantry. Infantry template 4, and this one is.
Pronto, signore.
I don't know what template this is. That's the same thing. So hard to see what's actually in these, since they don't change. I think they're all. But this one's actually got artillery as well. Okay, so that's one of these divisions is a good one, and the rest are not that good. Our colonial infantry aren't very good. But we're actually going to send one of these down to entrench down here.
Comandi.
And these were the ones with artillery, and this is mountains. We're not going to attack into the mountains. Plains, and that's the desert. Yeah. So the plains tile here we should be able to knock them out of. But then we need to move. This was the one with artillery. Yeah. We'll move him down here and up there.
Pronto, signore.
And I think we'll actually use our own troops for the offensive. Or put those in there too, and try to soften. They've actually not got anyone standing in here, so we'll send one of them in there and then attack that way. Or actually
Avanzate!
try to take there so we can encircle him. And they've got 2 ports here, so taking us one of them doesn't make that big of a difference. That is a mountain port. We'll probably need to take that one as well.
Formazione!
And we'll shift this guy up here as well.
Ordini!
And this is going to be a tough one to take. As I think down here they've got a lot of troops. And maybe with some air superiority that could help. So if we've got 200 there, we could move some attack bombers down. We'll move these attack bombers and fighters. Do we have any? There we go. And they'll be on anti or close air support instead. Did we have any loose aircraft? Yeah, we've got another 100 to bunch up there. I'll run air superiority just to give them some malus and see if it actually helps us. And I've got about equal forces here. They're a little bit stronger than ours, but ours have the engineer companies, so that shouldn't be a problem. And we've got a bunch more standing here in reserve.
Pronto, signore!
And this one we're gonna move over. See, this is an ordinary infantry division with our artillery. So we're gonna move him over to that, but not have him assigned to the order. So he's in this army. And select.
Pronto all'azione!
We're actually gonna strat move him out of there, just so we get the supply back. And we've got this huge British fleet standing here. It's the British Home Fleet, and they've got 4 carriers, 6 battleships, and 3 battle cruisers here. So that's most of their naval forces concentrated here against us. So we're gonna have to deal with that as well. Not doing very well up here in the mountains. So that's why I'm thinking we invite Bulgaria in, and they'll help to at least bind these troops up here so we don't get more troops over on our borders. And we're gonna try to join these forces up and conquer our way down here. These forces, however,
Pronto all'azione!
we desperately need them over here because the French are really overrunning our positions here.
Comandi!
Take one of these, bring him along there,
Attento!
take one of those down there and in there. And we're also going to send these guys
Avanzate!
up to reinforce there. Because we really want to be able to hold the French here. I'm gonna order some more constructions of forts up here too, on high priority. We'll probably make that 2 levels. See if we can contain France in France and keep them from coming into Italy. Because this terrain here is going to be a real pain to reconquer. We'll probably have to do a naval invasion and encircle them to dislodge them from there. Trying to cross the straits over to Sardinia. And odds are that they won't get through there because we've got loads of defense and they're getting so many big moduses there. We've got this strike fleet here, and I was contemplating of actually joining these up into our main strike force, just so we have a little bigger punch with this huge fleet roaming around, and hopefully the BBs can soak some damage for our carriers. Well, move him in there, and this is a patrol fleet, so we'll move that up there. And they're set to these 3 zones, because we need to escort our convoys here. We got our convoy escorts going here, and our let's put those down and up again. This is our torpedo boats. what we have in the reserve fleet here, just submarines. Well, that's fine. So what are we building? We're building a lot of these. We actually, I know we just last episode made this into 2 lines, but we're gonna put it up as 1 instead, because we're gonna get a lot of dockyards that need to be used for reparations to keep our fleet going. We'll probably use 12 of them for that. And so we just have 3 lines of destroyers going. We'll try to fill them in as best we can. So we'll see how that goes. We'll be needing more guns. I think we're soon building factories here. We've got these radars going. As soon as the forts are done, and then we're on to mills. We'll skip those for now. Yeah. Can we do that? Yes, it zooms in on the state. It's one of these 2. Yeah, we should probably let the clock start. We'll slow the game down just a little bit, so we can enjoy some of this naval combat going. So we lost two cruisers and a destroyer here right off the start to this huge task force coming. But we didn't even know that they were here. I thought it would be just the Mediterranean fleet before we actually spotted this one at the end of last episode. I thought they'd want to keep something over here to protect their homelands, but I guess they don't really have a big threat. So we're gonna face the entire might of the British Navy. Yeah, go there instead. Let's see. So we're gonna do some of this manual. Let's see if we can just get them to stop advancing it, because we really don't want to break anywhere along this line. Nice. Yeah, that's good. We want to remove that line there. And we're going to deploy some of these too, I think. They're not very well trained, but we can strengthen up this, bolster this line just a bit more. So if we get, that's 5 of them, I think. We should probably have put them over to Piedmont. That's 4 of them we deployed there, so we'll put those over here. We'll need to split these 6. No, there's 8 divisions down there, so we're gonna have to split those out. Since they're on the offensive side, we'll split off a couple of more here. That should be 6. Get on the line there, and then the French should hold. Now he's severely overstrength, of course, so we'll take these 8 from here. We'll bring these, we need to bring 10 out of his army, and we'll pop them into the brown army. That's the special forces one. I have the front line, of course, assign them there, and yeah, just make a offensive line there. We can actually start them off there too. They should be able to push that. We still 2 divisions above. No, yeah, they're all up here. Probably want to divert. We're gonna have to divert 2 of these. Take those. Might as well. I'll pop them onto that army there. Just so that it doesn't go over strength. And we'll see how we go down here in Africa. Yeah, of course, movement is very slow. And did we... He's arrived. Oh, the attack bomber is coming. 50% there, so they're over Egypt. Oh yeah, we're gonna want to check our aircraft as well. So these are doing naval bombardment there with air superiority missions from... Might as well be from the same place. I think they've got better coverage from Corsica. No, that's not Corsica. This is Sicily. And we've got these navs in there. We should probably want to have a base. Got 2 of these. We'll take these and we'll base them down here in Derna. Take them off ground support, put them on naval strikes. Put one into the med, put one. I've already got one going there. Yeah, we want to have one on ground support. Going for how much of Egypt can we cover? We get really crap coverage there, don't we? We're gonna get halfway down or something. And I don't think we need the air support there. We'll actually, but we do probably need it up here. We'll stay here. We can keep them in over the Balkans. So, ground support, and they're flying down south. Got these going here, and they'll also be allowed to do port strikes. Same thing with these port strikes if you find nothing else. The same thing here. Since we have a few friendly or enemy ports, we've got Malta and we've got Corsica and Cyprus and Alexandria down here. We've got some naval reports that we're going to check in on. These are doing interception. Question is if we want to move them over to air superiority, that might help us more. And these are doing interception there and doing interception here. And do we have anything else to deploy? Yeah, we've got 200 naval bombers to deploy. Well, let's put 100 down here. Can do daylight strikes into here. And we don't have, yeah, we've got a few now, and so that's in the air region, above this air region, southern France. And then we have, down here we can probably base a few naval bombers. And we got enough spares on the carriers. But these ones, daylight missions over the Aegean Sea. We'll do both there as well. Just in case any submarines or something sneak up there. We got a few convoys going up to supply the Dodkinese base there. We might be able to dock some of them off. So let's see what's happened. I'll put the details on. Damage. Yes, damage to convoys it looks like. Yeah, we sunk 9 convoys there, that's good. And a light cruiser here. That's in return for 2 of ours, so that's not very good of course. And we still got the, and that's the first battle we saw there. And here we've got a very big engagement. Let's watch this one in a bit. We lost 2 aircraft there, and we lost, we sunk some convoy. I'm guessing we're going to sink a whole bunch of convoys here. We've got, yeah, this is in the air zone. The submarine, that's good. And 2 more French submarines. And another 2 French submarines. They really don't have very good submarines, do they? They seem to be really picked out of the sky. Oh yeah, we've got loads of army experience. Do we want to add something somewhere? We might want to tack on, yeah, we've got the recon companies, field hospital, we've got artillery and anti-air there, so we'll leave those off. Yeah, that's fine. And do we have on our infantry divisions, our good infantry divisions? We want to have, do we want to have recon here? I think we do. It gives a pretty good movement bonus overall. Can we afford it though? No, we can't afford it. So that decides that. The motor divisions we should be able to afford to put this on them. No, it's hardly the same amount. Let's pop those in there and see what we've got our fleet here. Well, we've got our main strike force here, and it's set to, yeah, automatic split off is off, and I prefer this at least when it's this close. or when we're actually under strength, we should be getting the positioning bonus. Oh, they got positioning bonus. Do we actually have more ships than they do? What do we see here? 47 versus 71. Oh yeah, but we got this extra strike fleet coming in here, and these are no, they're disengaged, and that sucks. We've got plenty of destroyers coming up here and some submarines. Well, let's see what happens. Okay, so they're splitting off. I think we're retreating. Undecided. Oh, we sunk a heavy cruiser. And another light one. And they sunk 2 of ours. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of those extra dominions coming in. Right, it seems we're hightailing it out of here now. We seem to be causing a bit of damage here anyway. And they got a very damaged battlecruiser. South Africa, yeah. No big surprise there. So let's pause there and see what we lost here. That was a heavy blow for us. Another 6 or 3 destroyer, 3 heavy cruisers. And we didn't even get to have our battleships into this battle. Yeah. Since they're... I don't think they've merged up yet. They're still here. But they'll take over the screening from the heavy cruisers, so... And there's two heavy... Oh, it's just 1 heavy cruiser there. Didn't make it in time. We'll see, do we have... What do we have that actually needs repairing? Everything's heading for repair. It'll probably be a time before we see a big, another big naval combat. We have up here nothing. Oh, yeah, another 2 convoys. Just engaging things a little bit here and there. We've got 2 ongoing combats down here. Submarines attacking, and these are in here as well. Oh yeah, these are our convoy escorts, I think. Or? I don't know. Could be. And we found a whole bunch of these here. Italy Reserve Fleet, which one is this? This is our torpedo destroyers. I call them torpedo boats. And this is our escorts, yeah. This is a scouting force. So we keep him there. Got 1 repairing and repairing. And he's gonna be in dock quite some time, it looks like. But we almost lost those 2 cruisers as well. And the destroyers don't really matter that much. Let's see how the war here is going. Not very well, it looks like. That's because they're spread out over too long a front. Let's bring that one in there, and this one should be able to pop up over there. Yeah, he's moving there. Should move into... He can't move. Oh, they haven't called them in yet. And that's why these can't go yet either, of course.
Pronto,
He's here. Can't go in there either.
Pronto all'azione.
Yeah, we'll push him up there and try to push up this way. And the front here is stabilized anyway, so that's good. And we're still winning there. We got a lot of French submarines going here. Don't know why they decided to try to protect the convoys, but oh well. Let's see. We've been we pushed all the way up to El Alamein here, and I don't know why they're not continuing to push. Organization is too low.
Formazione.
Why, you've almost got a full tank of.
Avanzate. Pronto.
Now let's see. We'll have these 2 cabs going
Avanzate.
up this way. this is
Avanti!
this army? Could be. No, he doesn't have any plans. No, those are our garrisons.
Forza, forza!
Oh, yeah, this should be in
Ordini.
Africa army, yeah. Let's go on that one. Well, that's not going very well. "30 days. It takes so long time. How long until he moves off that hill? 8 days. And we're moving in 8 days into that desert. He's moving in. He'll be there sooner than us, no doubt. Come on. No, we can't see anything more. One cab sitting down there. We're still holding up on the mountains. This is worrying. Oh, we're out of supply here. Yeah, we need to take... Of course we're out of supply. They're losing convoys here, that's good. We really need to take Suez. Because at the moment we don't have a single way of getting supply down here. And the only way to get supply is to let Ethiopia into the war. Oh yeah, we were talking about, well, let's get Bulgaria into the war. No, we don't do that from there, we do that from here. Who do we have to invite? Iraq and Iran. No, we don't want to invite them. Bulgaria. So, come on Bulgaria, let's join the fray. And... so we got him down there repairing. Where are these going? Oh, they're 2 strike forces, of course. The torpedo boats are heading down to help sink those destroyers. We already got our escorts going there, and some submarines. And these are heading to repair. I wonder why they're not heading up to port here to repair. They're heading here, it looks like. Yeah. So that's gonna suck up all of our available dockyards. Let's put him up the top. These actually seem to reset every time you set them to one of these. That we should probably report. Yes, I'm fairly sure that I have set those before. Yeah, of course we're not gonna be able to. Oh, we can import rubber from British Malay. Well, why not? If they want to sell us, we can buy it. We'll see how long that lasts though. It would be helpful for our aircraft production. We really need to get a lot more factories going here too. Those two are going to be the last two to be able to do construction, because there's a battle here. But if we can just hold them up here so that they run out of steam, they should see that the forces are stacked against them now, and they shouldn't try to advance anything more. That's neat, isn't it? Yeah. Thought maybe we'd lost the city there, but no. Yeah, so that was in daytime a very short episode, but I think we've been going for nearly half an hour now, so I'm gonna make a cut here and see you guys next time. Take care.